Hi everyone, my name is Noel. We are Team 6 and our team project is going to be on awareness on domestic violence. So this problem of domestic violence is that some students don't know how to get help when they are in a domestic violence situation, or if they know someone who is in a domestic violence relationship. And those are the issues that we want to address on how to encourage people to step forward and get help. And so, what is domestic violence? So, domestic violence is basically when a person abuses their partner by physical, emotional, sexual, or psychologically. And these types of abuse are, different types of aggression that we have talked about. And when you are looking at statistics on domestic violence, it says that 21% of college age students are, affected by domestic violence, and that there are 58% of students who they know someone in a relationship and are being affected by domestic violence, and they don't know how to help that person. And with this statistic, it proves that, domestic violence is a serious issue and that we need a lot of attention and awareness because um, it affects all types of people and it affects a lot of people in the relationship. So we wanted to come up with an intervention that, will include activities, projects to really foster acceptance and social approval to really encourage students to, step forward and help, you know, to get help and get support when in a dating abuse relationship. And to also, say that there's no shame in, getting help because our intervention came up with like a club where, we're saying that like, what we're accepting that like it's socially approved if, you step forward and get help because it's never too late to change your life. And it goes to bystanders that see their friends that in a domestic violence relationship or know someone who is in one to really, help them out and, give them the, services or resources that, they can offer to their friends for them to really get help out of the situation. And so this whole point of our intervention is to promote safe, and healthy, safe, and stable relationship. So that's like the message that we want to like send out to students in our campus. And for Lisa, she's going to talk about our intervention. She will talk about the recommendations that we came up with on how to deal with domestic violence in our campus. Lisa.
Hi, thank you, Roel. Hi, Dr. Alex. Today I'm going to share our intervention on to bring awareness to domestic violence on our campus. First, we want to form a club and or support group on our campus. We'll be present at Club Day to recruit new members and pass out information on domestic violence awareness. And we'll follow up with an email to encourage the students to join. And once we set up our club meeting, date and time, when we meet, we'll come up with a group club name or group name and a theme and any visual art that we can use for merchandise such as t-shirts, stickers, pen, pencils, etc. To promote group unity and group cohesiveness, we'll participate in community service events such as food drives, highway cleanups, and since it's Christmas, we can participate in the Toys for Tots campaign and or Operation Christmas Child. We can attend and participate in the national events such as Wakaman, the Red Flag campaign, or the Clothesline Project. More information on those events can be found at walkamoutInnershoes.com, the Red Flag Campaign.com, and the Clotheslineproject.com. Another intervention that we can utilize would be to network with university our University Health and Wellness Center, as well as our campus safety department, in hosting a free movie on domestic violence awareness or any other related topics. After the movie, we can have a Q&A panel, personal talk story panel, including survivors, counselors, therapists, and other community partners directly related to this topic. We also can pass out 3-part business cards to students with vital information on domestic violence, including help hotline numbers, shelter information, local and national websites, counseling and therapy programs can be included on this card. Next, we have Kitty, who will do our assessment on domestic violence. Thank you.
Okay, hi, Dr. Nagurni, and for my portion, I'm doing the assessment portion, which is what we decided to do was pre-post surveys, which is where we put out surveys to people on campus, either before and after doing events that show domestic violence, such as movie events that show domestic violence, a skit that has to do with domestic violence, let me see, and also like maybe a Q&A panel that discusses like such topics as domestic violence and violence in general on campus. And what we decided was that not only will we do post and pre-post surveys, but we will also do a portion on the surveys, which is the regular questions, and a portion that shows a self-report portion of it where people can put their own ideas, comments about the event that they see, whether it's a movie, a skit, or a Q&A panel about domestic violence, so they can give their own ideas about domestic violence and maybe give ideas on how they can, how the campus can improve domestic violence and help improve the issue on campus. Another assessment that we decided to do was to write a reaction report where people can put their reaction on domestic violence. And this comes in handy because we get to hear people's point of views to see, how they react towards domestic violence and see whether or not they do have ideas on how we can improve the issue of domestic violence and see their reaction, the negative consequences, and see if anybody has even their own experiences with domestic violence to see what they have done if they've gotten out of domestic violence themselves. And the last assessment that we came up with was to track enrollment and new sign-ins for clubs. What we found is that clubs and groups on campus is a good way of getting group support, social support, and emotional support on campus because some people might not feel like they're able to get the help that they need if they are experiencing domestic violence and might not be able to reach out to other people in order to get advice, or might not feel like they have the support to feel like they are not alone out there. So we feel that tracking the enrollment and new sign-ups for clubs is important because, well, it gains new experiences to meet new people and also a chance to open up to more people. And the conclusion for our paper is that even though there are some negative statistics and negative correlations with domestic violence, but what we want to get out there is the fact that that those who experience domestic violence are not alone out there, and that they can get help when they need to, and that there are people out there that can get the help that they need. So as much as possible, like if you are experiencing domestic violence, get the help that you need and know that there are people out there that can help you no matter what. So, and that is our paper, and thank you very much.